God, from as early as I can remember, because we lived across the road from the bush, we'd get these wild cats that would lay litters of kittens, and they always died.
No.
Always got sick and died. And this taught me a lot about life and reflection. It teaches you a lot. I think it's healthy. Yeah, I honestly think death has so much to teach us about life. I think about it every day. I like to keep it conscious because it keeps you present, especially when I'm around Noah. Like if I wake up in the morning with Noah and he's like, "Daddy, can you sit on the lounge and eat with me?" And it's like, and I sit there and go, "Fuck, I've got to do the washing, I've got to do the, this and that." And I go, "Okay, you may not come home this afternoon. What's more important?" And then I just sit down. And I do it multiple times a day, but it's always with him. Does it sound morbid?
To think like that?
Yeah.
No, that's reality though.
Yeah, it is. I believe so. But you look around the forest, right, and it represents the entire ecosystem. You've got death everywhere. You've got life everywhere. You've got fertilizer. Everything just self-perpetuates because it's the death of the plants that provide the nourishment for the ground, all the minerals that, are basically reused in the production of the next generation of forest. So without death in the forest, there is no forest. And I think that's one of the biggest challenges, that we face in business is trying to avoid the death, but avoid the failure when we realize that the failure, because without failure, there is no success, It's the nutrients that's required in order to grow big and strong. These trees wouldn't necessarily be as big as they are if, many other trees hadn't died before it to provide the ground the nutrients it's required to get to that level. Without death, the forest doesn't exist. And without failure, entrepreneurs don't exist. Sometimes when that tree has fallen down and it's smacking and cracking and sounding like lightning as it breaks, it can be a bit scary. And sometimes it sits there as like a fucking relic of the past for so long, An old battle wound that takes, in some cases, years and decades before it breaks down and gives itself back. Because we look at failure as something we're afraid of, right? But what do you think is one of the greatest fears that people have? Death, right? So they're intrinsically linked. Failure and death, are intrinsically different levels of the same thing. If you can deal with death, everything else, I believe, comes under that from a fear perspective. Oh no, wow. Oh, sweet. What are the odds?
But I guess the question is, what do you do between now and when you die?
As much as you can that makes you light up. Whatever lights you up, do as much of it as you can. As much as you can. And this is why I feel like all my lessons are coming at the right time now with where I'm at. Getting my health in order, getting my sleep in order, getting my body fixed. I'm setting everything up now for whatever period of time. Look, I could live for another 50 years, but if I don't, I'm setting myself up now to be able to maximize the quality of life that I've got left. It's amazing how those cars make it sound like there's a river nearby. And if you just pretend